They know that I'm on a magic mountain. So many calls, man, I stop counting.
All right, man. Look, we're back with another one, dude. Your season is over. I want to give credit to Uncle Lou first before we start this video. He was the creator of Your Season is Over. It was Uncle Lou's idea. I just wanted to make one, my own version, I guess you could say. But yeah, the idea belongs to Uncle Lou, no doubt. And he does his Your Season is Over videos every Sunday, and he does them 10 times better than I do, a million times better than I do. They're like an hour and a half long. They're way better than mine. I just sit in the car and talk about who lost, He goes over it and, gives you stats and numbers and he'll spend a lot more time on each team than I will. Like I said, I just wanted to come and do my own version. But shout out Uncle Lou, because it is his idea and it is his videos. So shout out Uncle Lou. So we're going to get started here. UNLV, not very fun to make fun of, right? It's a group of 5 team. Really shouldn't be competing with bigger name teams. The fact that they are, shout out to them, but they shouldn't be competing with Syracuse, an ACC team, but they are, and they did. 44-41, they lost to Syracuse, but they were undefeated heading into this game, and it went to overtime. So they almost won this game. Unfortunately, the defense just got tired. No depth on that team. Obviously it's a group of 5 team. It's hard to, have depth and to play into these longer games like this, into overtime and whatnot. So Syracuse does pull out the win there at the end with a touchdown. So UNLV, I do apologize, but your season's over. No, I don't apologize, man. Your season's over, bro. It's unfortunate and it happens, but your season's over. Now we get into the big boys, bro. Alabama. What are you doing? Oh, trash-ass team, bro. I'm so sick of Alabama fans. I'm so sick of Alabama fans, dude. Look, there was a pimple right there, and it's pretty much gone. Like, it's like a mark, and it won't go away. Someone help me get that out, But anyway, Alabama lost 40-35. Guess who they lost to? Vanderbilt. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? You cannot lose to Vandy. And how do you beat Georgia one week and then turn around the next week and lose to Vanderbilt? In my Georgia and Auburn video, I said teams do this sometimes. They'll win a big game or lose a big game, and then the next week they'll turn around and play bad against a team they shouldn't play bad against because they were hungover from the week before. I didn't expect that from Alabama, and I didn't expect that from Alabama against Vanderbilt. Unfortunately, Vanderbilt beat you. I mean, unfortunately for you, that is. Fortunately for me, I love watching Alabama lose, and I'm sure we all do. Their fans are so annoying. And you were ranked number 1. You come into Vandy and you lose to an unranked team, and you lose by 5. And really, it wasn't a fluke. Like, it wasn't a fluke at all. If they played tomorrow, sure, Alabama would definitely be favored, but I don't know, man. Vandy was running that ball all over you, and there was nothing you could do. That quarterback, Diago Pavia, that man's, hey, y'all sleeping on that man. I've been watching him since week 1 when they beat Virginia Tech. I didn't know they were going to beat Alabama, but I knew they would be a lot better than they usually are. This is definitely the best Vanderbilt team we've seen in a while. I guarantee you that. Unfortunately for Alabama, we're in conference play now, so every time you lose a game, it's going to be a conference loss, and this was a conference loss. You lost to Vandy. Same conference. Sorry for you. Jalen Milroe sucks, dude. And I tried to tell you people that since, 2022? I told you that all last year. He's not good. He definitely has skill and potential. He's just not good. You know what he reminds me of? Anthony Richardson. I think he plays for the Colts now, but he played at Florida. The guy has potential and he has skill, but when it's time to play the game on the field, he's ass. He's ass, bro. I tell you what, I'm glad Miro's not my quarterback. That's all I got to say. Ryan Williams. Okay. Keep shouting Ryan Williams, bro. This dude, Ryan Williams, spams the circle button, bro. Spin, 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 spin. Like, what are we doing, bro? Where'd Ryan Williams get you yesterday, bro? 40-35. That's where he got you. Guess what? Schedule doesn't get any easier. Still have to play LSU. Still have to play Oklahoma. And you still got to play Tennessee. And you can say whatever you want, If you play like you did yesterday, against any of those teams, you'll lose all three. You'll lose all three. You can say what you want about how LSU and Oklahoma are bad. Okay. Yeah, well, we didn't lose to Vandy, so holla at your boy, you feel me? Alabama, you're just trash. And you guess what? Your season's over. Your season's over. You're not going you're not beating all three of those teams. I'm telling you that now. If you beat LSU and Oklahoma, you'll lose to Tennessee. If you beat Oklahoma and Tennessee, you'll lose to LSU. If you beat Tennessee and LSU, you'll lose to Oklahoma. You're losing one of those games. That's a fact. Come back to this video after those 3 games are played and let me know. Your season is over. Tennessee, just as bad as Alabama. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? You were supposed to beat Arkansas by 50. Same with Alabama. Supposed to beat Vanderbilt by 50, but neither one of y'all want to do it. Okay. You were ranked number 4, and you come into Arkansas and lose. To an unranked Arkansas, that is. Good news for Tennessee is you have a good defense. Defense played well. Very well. Bad news is your offense isn't the same as it was the past 2 or 3 years. It's unfortunate for you, but it's true. Nico is not Hendon Hooker. Nico is not Joe Milton. He's not. Nico Iamaleava. Okay. Tell me more about him. Tell me more about him. Where did he get you yesterday? He got you 14-19 to Arkansas. And guess what, Tennessee? You still have to play Georgia, and you still have to play Alabama. Do you think you can win both of those? Maybe. Maybe, but we'll see, you know? I wouldn't be too confident right now after losing to Arkansas. Same with Bama. Don't get your head big now. You done lost to 2 bad teams. Alabama losing to Vandy and Tennessee losing to Arkansas. Okay. Your season's over, Tennessee, because guess what? That was also a conference loss. We're in conference play now. Y'all can't start racking up losses. You should have did that at the beginning of the season. Guess what? Your season's over. Missouri, you were ranked in the top 10 when you shouldn't be. And then you come in and you lose to Texas A&M. Okay. Well, now your season's over. You got blew out 41-10. Missouri just couldn't do anything on offense. Nothing. They have Brady Cook, Luther Burden, and couldn't do nothing. Luther Burden should have transferred when he had the chance, homeboy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And Missouri, like I said, we're in conference play. That's a conference loss. Your season's over, Missouri. You should have never been ranked in the top 10. Michigan, okay. I think they had a rematch, a national championship rematch yesterday against Washington. But guess what? They lost this time. 27-17. Number 10 ranked Michigan lost to an unranked Washington team. What's up with all these ranked teams, top 10 teams losing to unranked teams? That's ridiculous. You lost to Washington. Not only that, but it's a conference loss. Okay? Not only that, but you lost by double digits. You lost by 10 to Washington. Your season's over, Michigan. Your season is over, buddy. Southern California. 24-17. 24-17 to Minnesota. To Minnesota, an unranked team. And you were ranked number 11. Okay. As an LSU fan, we needed Southern Cal to win. Because that makes our loss to them look better. At the end of the day, I'm not, depending on Southern Cal to make LSU look better. LSU has to win their games. That's how they look better. But I mean, if they continue winning, it's obviously not going to hurt LSU. It just makes LSU's loss look better. Now, unfortunately, they didn't. Southern Cal lost to Minnesota for some odd reason. Okay. You beat Wisconsin. You beat LSU, but you lose to Minnesota. You almost beat Michigan, but you lose to Minnesota. Okay. Whatever. Your season's over, buddy. Because guess what? Conference loss. Your season's over, Southern Cal. Louisville, what are you doing? Number 22 ranked Louisville lost to SMU. SMU, the team that just came into the ACC. 34-27. SMU might win the ACC, bro. And yes, that obviously is a conference loss. But SMU was unranked, and you lost to them, man. Louisville, you were supposed to compete for the ACC, which I think you still are. You're going to compete for the ACC. You're going to compete for who's the worst team in the ACC. Have fun with that, Louisville. Your season's over, buddy. Buddy boy. Rutgers, it's not very fun to make fun of them. Rutgers is a good team. They just didn't have a good day yesterday. Lost to Nebraska, 14-7. It is a conference loss for Rutgers, so that's unfortunate for them. I still say watch out for Rutgers. Even though they lost yesterday, they'll still sneak up on one of these teams, I'm sure, and win a game they're not supposed to. I don't know if they play Ohio State or Michigan or Penn State or someone like that, but if they do, I would watch out for sure. because Rutgers is no joke. Even though they lost, still a pretty good team under Greg Schiano. So shout out Rutgers, man, but unfortunately, your season is over because you did lose. Duke, again, not a team it's fun to make fun of. They have no fans. No one cares. But they were undefeated, just like Rutgers was. Duke was undefeated, came in and lost 24-14 to Georgia Tech. Anytime you lose to Georgia Tech, you deserve to be on this list. Matter of fact, anytime you lose, you deserve to be on this list. But anytime you lose to Georgia Tech, you definitely deserve to be on the list. Georgia Tech is a terrible team, bro. Their Super Bowl was beating Florida State. Their Georgia Tech season's been over. But you were undefeated, and you lost to an unranked team, which I know you were unranked as well, but still, undefeated, losing to an unranked team. You feel me? Is that a hangnail? Ow. And Duke, it was a conference loss as well. So that's another loss for you in the ACC, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Your season is over. Let's go back through this, man. Duke, your season is over. Rutgers, your season is over. Louisville, your season is over. Southern California, your season is over. Michigan, your season is over. All these are top 10 teams. Missouri, your season is over. Tennessee, your season is over, bro. Alabama, your season is over. UNLV, unfortunately for you, your season is also over. Teams that won but look bad. Let's get through it. Oregon, you won 31-10. How do you look bad winning 31-10? I'll tell you how. Turnovers. You threw like 3 or 4 interceptions. Dylan Gabriel, what are you doing? Oregon, wants to be in the playoffs, wants to compete for the Big Ten, but you throw 3 or 4 interceptions. You play Ohio State this coming up week. Throw 3 or 4 interceptions against them and come back to this video and tell me where it got you. Just let me know, Oregon. You did win, so fair play, but you can't be having that many turnovers in the game. You can't really have none, but having that many, yeah, okay. Georgia, why did I put Georgia on this list? Because they won, and I just put them on this list just so I can go ahead and let you guys know this is not the same Georgia team that we're used to. This is not 2021 Georgia. This is not 2022 Georgia. This is not 2023 Georgia. This is 2024 Georgia, which would lose to all 3 of those teams that I just named. Not only that, but they're not winning the national championship this year. They're just not good enough. They're not. And it's unfortunate for them. Sucks for them. I don't care. Cry about it. But yeah, you're not winning anything, Georgia. You can compete for the SEC. It's possible. Texas, Ole Miss, Bama, Georgia, Tennessee, LSU. But we'll see. All I'm saying is this is not the same Georgia team, and they're not winning any national championships. Miami, okay. Y'all gonna fool around and lose a game. I just spit. Y'all gonna fool around and lose a game. You should have lost this one. You were down, 20? Was it 20? Or right under 20? You were down big in this game. People love to tell me, oh, you should have lost to LSU. You should have lost, you should have lost to South Carolina. LSU should have lost to South Carolina. Why? Miami got bailed out here. I'm not into blame the refs, Miami, I don't believe in luck, neither. Miami got saved by that non-targeting call. And I'm not saying it was targeting. I'm not saying that the refs made the wrong call. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, had they had said that was targeting, California would have won that game. That's all I'm saying. So Miami, you play like that against a good team, I'm telling you, you're going to regret it. You can play like that against Virginia Tech and maybe slip by. You can play like that against California and maybe slip by. You play like that against a team anywhere near the level of good, and your ass is grass, and they're the lawnmower, homeboy. Miami, you should not be proud of if any of those wins the last 2 weeks. If you are, that's all I got to say to you. Clemson, you're on this list, not because, you won. You beat Florida State by what, 16? Yeah, 29-13. You won by 16. That's the problem. That's why you're on this list, because you only won by 16. You should have beat Florida State by like 20, 30 points. Like, come on, man. 2 touchdowns? Seriously? All they needed was 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. And they're tied. Right? Let me make sure that. 23 would have been 10. Yeah, that's 16. Yeah. Yeah, so you can't do that. You're going to have to get better on offense. That's an offensive problem. Clemson's always had offensive problems for the last few years. You got to do better than that, man. You got to beat Florida State, trash-ass team, by more than 16. But yeah, those are the teams that won but looked bad. Oregon, Georgia, Miami, and Clemson. If I missed any, let me know. My team, LSU, didn't play this week. We play next week against Ole Miss. I'm going to try to stream it for you guys. for the 3 people watching. Right now, I guess I'm going to hit an Alabama and Vanderbilt video so I can make fun of Alabama. But like I said, let me know if I missed anything, man. And, yeah.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap.